welcome to Biz Saturdays. I am super excited to be here, and what I wanted to just let you all know today is that yes, things are happening, things are going great, and I'm here for any of your advice. Not advice. I'm here for your questions to give you answers. So this is the first of the Biz Saturday. So of course, I'm kind of still working out all the little kinks. So I got started a little late. I had some fun internet issues. But yes, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's officially afternoon here on the in the South and on the East Coast. So yes, I'm happy that you are here. And of course, I'm here to, answer any questions that you might have. So with that said, let me just check in my little question box. Oh, hello from Ohio. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Glad that you are here and hanging out with me today. So if you are not familiar and you're like, Marla, what are you talking about? Biz Saturdays? What's happening here? I started a new project or new coaching. I had been doing business coaching, probably for the last few years. With my Velvet Lip stuff, but I had, I was just doing it kind of as people were asking me. I wasn't really making anything kind of official, right? And so this time around, I was just like, you know what? This actually does need to be official. So I started Successful Business Coaching, and that is just to help people thrive in their business, in their sex-based or erotic-based business. So, I am super excited about just being here and helping you all to get the answers that you need to make things happen. So please drop your questions in. I got one question already. And that is, do I know anything about promoting adult content on the website Reddit? Yes and no. So we know that Reddit is a news aggregate, right? And so if you want to understand sort of how to promote content, you really have to think about your KPIs or key performance indicators to see, has business gone up? So you would really need to decide what are the things that, are you getting more clients in? Are you, what are the things that you are doing to, what are the things that you are doing to see if things are moving the way you like, right? So maybe, are you getting more clients? Are you getting more sales? Ever since you posted on Reddit, will it, have people been asking more about stuff? Have things picked up? So really thinking about some key performance indicators are going to be key to that, especially because there's no sort of measures, right? Like, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, they have the measures of like, oh, hey, you can, your follower increase, or, this post did better than this post or whatnot. But Reddit doesn't really have the same effect. I mean, you could think about it in terms of engagement. So if you were to create something on Reddit and create maybe a following on Reddit, or because they have all those little subgenres and subcategories, you may be able to find people who are interested in going into your Reddit and interacting with you. And essentially you could treat it as a Facebook group, right? So if you treated it as a Facebook group, it would be, it would be similar in the sense of interacting with people every day, talking with people and getting whatever messages you had out for the day. But it would be something that would be pretty consistent and I would say like treat it as a Facebook group. But I say, go all for it. It's a news aggregate. So, you might get lucky. And lots of people like to cruise Reddit. So yeah, try it, see it. Tell me what happens. I think there's so many different platforms that it really just depends on what you want to do. But I think, there is an opportunity there for you to, I think more people should take the chance to check it out and see if that works for them. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you all for joining me. If you are just joining me now, this is the first of very many Sex Biz Saturdays. And I'm here to answer any kind of questions that you might have and really help you to, get thriving in your sex-based or erotic-based businesses. And so it's just a matter of, what kinds of things are on the forefront of your mind? What kinds of things are you struggling with in your business? And the reason why I created Successful Business Coaching was because I really, all the experience that I've had over the past 20 years and 14, 15 years of my business, I basically share it. And I'm like, hey, this is the way to get to six figures. Okay. This is the way. This is the way, but this is a way. And I can help you get there with, whatever you need. Right. And so with that said, if you are interested, make sure you go ahead and check out my my program. I'll go ahead and put that down there. But you can, check out my program, check it out, see if you like it. And if you are like, oh, hey, I'm not really sure, that's okay. That's perfectly okay. But make sure you just check it out and see if there's something for you. But I have a whole entire program that covers everything from forming your business to marketing your business, to establishing systems, to thinking about access, disability, like all sorts of stuff. So yeah, good stuff. All right, I got another question from the gram. Let's see. All right, it says, hey Marla, what about OnlyFans as a business? I'm struggling to promote that. I don't want to do explicit content nor dedicate my time to that, but what are some promotional ideas for that? So I think if you're going to go on, so OnlyFans, my camera to stop here. If you are going to promote on OnlyFans, I think it's super, super important for you to think about the type of content. And OnlyFans really is for erotic-based content. So I don't think promotional content is going to be sort of the way to like promotional content is sort of like, it's sort of marketing yourself. Whereas OnlyFans, people are already subscribing to you because you're doing probably some freaky stuff, or you are, maybe you're doing some sexy poses, or maybe you are doing something fun and exciting, right? So this is for people you are promoting. From my understanding and from what I took a class by King Noir on OnlyFans, who was doing fabulously on OnlyFans. And the thing about that is you have to promote outside of OnlyFans to bring people into OnlyFans. And so a lot of times people who are getting people in OnlyFans, they're getting people from Instagram, from TikTok, from other places to funnel them into their OnlyFans or Just for Fans or, any of those types of websites. So I suggest if you are not going to do erotic-based content or like super, super sexy content, I probably would stay away from OnlyFans. Because I thought about it. I was like, maybe I should get on OnlyFans. But I'm like, but OnlyFans is really for, I think, erotic-based performers. For them, it's a really great platform for them to thrive. I have a few friends now that cover their monthly expenses on OnlyFans. So I highly suggest that if you are going to go that route, that you do some type of erotic-based content. Great question. Oh my gosh, the questions are flooding in for Instagram, but I'm going to come back to ye old Facebook here. And I got a question there. It says, any tips for getting my first sex, intimacy, or relationship coaching client online? Ohio is so Bible Beltish. Okay, come on, Tracy. Now, you know that I have lived in Atlanta, the Bible Belt, and I'm in Florida, which is an extension of the Bible Belt. So that is not a hindrance. Being in the Bible Belt should not hinder you from being able to do the work that you want to do. Okay. So if you are working on getting your first clients, your first virtual clients, the thing is you have to build up your reputation. You got to build up the rapport. You got to build up, your thing, right? So in the chat, I would love for you to tell me, what are the things that you were doing to help promote yourself or establish yourself as a authority figure, right? So that people can come to you. And I think one of those great ways is to write. I think writing is a lovely way to get your people going and seeing that, like, oh, that's how they build trust. People don't, like, my clients have to follow me for at least a year, typically, before they come and see me. Now, that's not always the case. Now, sometimes I do have people who are like, oh my gosh, you're amazing and you're nearby. Like, yeah, let me know what this thing is. So I get that every once in a while, but honestly, people who follow me for a long time and then they're like, okay, I finally trust you because maybe it's the writing. Maybe they've been following me on social media. Maybe they saw me in PR or, doing something in an article. All of those things are really great. So really building up your rapport, reputation. I think writing is a great way to do that. I think also teaching. So if you have a specialty, drop what your specialty is. If you have a specialty, I think doing that. So for instance, in February, I'll be teaching for Shebop, right? Around, the Seduce Your Lover class and how to seduce and seduction. And I teach that class all the time. And it's such a great way for people to be like, start following me and be like, oh, okay, now I can come and see you and get help. So again, don't let the Bible Belt thing fool you, because it's not a thing. There are all sorts of people who are maybe do believe in the Bible or don't believe in the Bible, and that's okay. You can still get plenty of clients, really just depending on your specialty and concentrating on your target audience and reaching them in the ways that they need to be reached. Okay. So yeah. Oh, KT, thank you so much. Yes, I think writing is a great way to do that, because you can convey your ideas. You can take your time when you're writing. The blogs, I have blogs all the way from, I think, 2014 or 13 or 12. I don't even know. So long, but they're still relevant today. It's still like a lot of this key information that really helps people along. So I highly suggest writing. And then if you want to monetize your content, because, monetization is a thing, go to places that will hire you for writing. Maybe you get in a sex ed column. Maybe you do some journalism. Maybe you guest write on a person's blog. Maybe you do some of those kinds of things to help you. And Medium is a great way. Like, you could just establish your blog on Medium and you can earn money. Like, I get money every month from Medium from old ass articles that I wrote a long time ago. So please feel free to post stuff on various websites so that you can always get a chance, at least for some passive income coming in. You know what I mean? So good stuff. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the gram because we had a flood of Instagram questions. So let's see here. Okay. Am I ever hired for something like social media marketing or content management services? Are you talking about like me personally? Am I ever hired for something like social media marketing? I do some influencer stuff. So I act as sort of a brand ambassador, or I do I am an ambassador for like Lovers, and I'm a sex educator for Starship. So I am hired to do sort of like content around like things that they want me to do content around, or maybe they want to with Lovers, for instance, like I Someone sends me, their PR team sends me somebody, or they want me to write a description about something. So I don't know necessarily, I'm not like the person they go to for social media marketing, but I do that kind of influencer, brand ambassador type of stuff. Do I do content management services? No, but here's the thing. I've learned a slew of things over social media marketing and content management that I do have that in my program. So if you are interested in learning more about marketing, I'm actually going to put together maybe a separate module, because I have the whole entire program, and it covers everything from if you are at the very beginning to, if you are almost to that 6 figures and more. It has sort of keys and or ways to make sure you make that happen. But in my social media marketing, I talk about the systems. So if you sign up for my class, the Sexual Social Media, I go over the systems, how to market, things that you can do, and which platforms would be the best for you. And then in my marketing module, I talk about all the different types of marketing and how to manage your marketing when it comes to social media, when it comes to outside of social media, because you can do plenty of marketing without social media. So those are the things that I do personally. So, all right. So I'm going to come back to Instagram, and I got a question on YouTube. So, hey, YouTubers, thank you for watching. Okay, so the question from KT, I've been an amateur photographer for years, and I'm ready to level up and want to focus on erotic photography. Yay, we need more of you. Any advice for connecting with folks to photograph and ways to share or sell my images? Absolutely, absolutely. So when it comes to connecting with folks to photograph, I highly suggest you get into groups like photography groups. So for instance, in Atlanta, there's like I think it's called the Atlanta Photography Guild or something like that. And sometimes they do big photo shoots where they just like, hey, you want your picture taken? You're a model, come through. So I think a really good way to just start the erotic photography is to recruit models who just want they just want you to give them some sexy pictures. So you could do some trade off or bartering with that, especially as an amateur, just number one, so you can practice what erotic photography looks like, boudoir. There are lots of, I just actually downloaded a magazine or a ebook around like boudoir photography, because I was like, I just need to know how to pose. Like, how do I pose in my own photo? You know what I mean? So really thinking about who is already established in the industry and is doing erotic photography. So you may want to reach out to them, see if you can get some coaching or some advice or some mentorship around that, or just like connecting to their guides. But either way, I think building up the momentum for that. So again, trading, like talking to models, seeing if they're okay with being photographed, telling them they're going to get the pictures, and then you're going to also use the pictures. And yeah, being able to do that kind of thing. Because then even if you do those pictures for free, people are going to still say like, oh, this picture was done by such and such, right? Now, the second part of the question, ways to share or sell your images. Absolutely. So if you go, like, if you are, you can go to different sites. So there's, maybe Unsplash, or there's, oh gosh, what's the big one? There's lots of different photography sites where, like, if I'm just like a regular old person and I want some images, I can go to that site, get some images, buy the images and whatnot. So if you go to those sites, those are the place to really sell your images. And they also do have some photo sharing sites. So I love like looking at erotic art. And some of those websites will just have like, some erotic art or erotic photography, and they're just there to share. It's sort of like a photography social networking site. And I'm so sorry, I don't know what the name is, but there are some out there. So I encourage you just to do a quick Google and see what you can find. But really finding your other photography folks and seeing what kinds of things they are doing. Because, a lot of times people think they're in a silo and think that there's no other there's no other, people around, but in reality, that's just not the case. So, get out there, start doing some networking, get some people to photograph, and then, share them on the the photography social networking site, and then you can sell them, on those bigger platforms. So yeah, I really love going to like nappy.co, because they they have like black images and things like that. I mean, Canva, it has some black images, but like I love going there just because it supports black folks in photography and whatnot. So I really highly suggest like taking a look at that and seeing if you can sell your images to sites like those. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, back to the gram. Let's see what y'all got for me here. Any thoughts on rebranding? Absolutely. I'm about to get a certification in sex therapy after 20 years as a trauma therapist. Yeah, absolutely. So rebranding does take time because people tend to, people tend like, oh, I was used to this or I was used to that. But here's the thing about rebranding. You just want to make sure that you kind of have everything in place. Well, I guess you could launch it ugly in a sense, but I highly suggest that when you rebrand, not only are you rebranding sort of your logo, your brand voice, your branding font, colors, things like that, just making sure you have those in place. And a lot of times if you are, I'm a huge fan of Canva, but Canva like has a brand guide and sort of, it has like, you can put your logos in there and whatnot. But I think it's easy to rebrand yourself in the sense of, great, you got the sex therapy certification and you can, specialize in that sex therapy, but you also have 20 years of trauma therapy, like being a trauma therapist. So you could really, there's so many people who have issues around trauma and sex. So you could really kind of build that in as, the sex and trauma therapist or whatever, however you want to rebrand yourself. But I think everything should be in place. And then when you are ready to launch, putting your blog out there, tell people you're rebranding, tell folks, hey, this is my new thing, and redirecting maybe your website to your new site or whatever, however you rebranded, so people have a grasp and fully understand like, oh shit, like they're doing something new. I'm sorry, I don't even know who you are. So like, making sure that you can do that. So yeah, those are my thoughts on rebranding. These are some great questions. Okay. So back to Facebook. So Facebook said, okay, Tracy said, thanks. Great ideas. Oh yeah, I forgot I can show these things. Great ideas, top of building a following. To answer your question, I want to work with men, help them unlock their sexual secrets. Ooh, I love giving men sex tips, mindset tips, orgasm info, seduction tips, etc. Help them to have more sex they want. Help shy men, awkward men, and men who need to build sexual leadership confidence. Yes, I love this. I love this so much because men need help. Cisgender men need some help. They need some help. And I am with you on this. If you ever want to collaborate on something, let me know. But I think this is a really great way. So you really, if you are going into trying to get your first client, you really need to think about, so now you know who your audience is. You need to maybe write or teach, towards your audience. So for instance, if you're talking about shy and awkward men, you can be like, you can do like the sex, the intimacy workshop for shy and awkward men or something. I don't know, have a name for it, but really building that out would be super, super helpful. But yeah, again, write, teach, get the word out that you are doing this stuff. So you're welcome, Katie. I hope that helped you as far as the photography. Good stuff. Okay, back to the gram, of course. Let's see here. Someone says, less expert, that says, how to promote people to subscribe to your profile. Ah, gotcha. So if you are doing OnlyFans, or if you are doing just for fans or any kind of those erotic activity sites, to promote people or to get people to subscribe to your profile, that's really just about marketing. So that's a marketing question. So if you want to market yourself, then you need to be able to market yourself. So whether that's through Facebook, Instagram, any kind of social media, whether that's through doing Google ads, building up your email list, really, those are the key things to helping people subscribe to your OnlyFans, and being able to tell them about the OnlyFans too. So how do you get that message out? What are the ways? Can you start DMing people? Like, really being able to promote yourself in every way you can is the best bet to get people to subscribe to you. So yeah, whatever the case may be. All right. If it's not freaky, I'm not paying for your OnlyFans. That is right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's gotta be a freaky OnlyFans. Like, that's what you're paying for, right? It's sort of like you paying for some freakiness. And so if you are doing, like, for instance, lots of like sex workers and like cameras and things, they'll go on Twitter, right? And they may do something like, ooh, and like, do you want to see the rest? Subscribe to my OnlyFans, or subscribe to my Just for Fans, right? So those are like really great ways to promote and accentuate what you are doing for your erotic based business. So good stuff. Hey y'all. Okay. All right, good stuff. All right, y'all. I like I said, I invite all the questions. Y'all had a ton of questions for me today. So keep it going, keep bringing the questions. I'm here to answer them for you. If a lot of you have been thinking about marketing, and so I do have a free social media cheat sheet. And on that cheat sheet, it gives you the 5 solutions with your social media marketing, right? Damn it. I swear my camera does this all the time. I got to stop putting my hand out. It really just thinks I'm want my camera to move with me. But anyway, the social media cheat sheet is super, super great, just because it allows you to understand how to market yourself on social media. We get shadow banned, y'all. We get our profiles deleted. And then once you get that profile deleted, guess what? You can't get it back. Like, your handle is like killed, like, for good. You know what I mean? And nobody wants that. And, that's why people have like backup pages, the backup pages, like all the things. And, the social media cheat sheet will help you get by all those filters without, having an issue. I tell people all the time, like, the AI it scrubs the metadata on anything on your picture. So even when I did Booty Fest, like, booty is not necessarily like a no-no word, but the peach that I had in the background of the Canva photo, like, that is the thing that AI was like, you can't do that. It's a peach. And just to let y'all know, peaches are no good. You put a peach emoji out there, you probably gonna be shadow banned or suppressed. Eggplant, same thing. So you want to be able to avoid any of those things that are just gonna get you suppressed or shadow banned. Let's see here. Okay, I got another question here. It says, on the other side of things, how might one go about promoting one's offerings and securing clients offline? Again, that's marketing. You gotta market yourself, right? So you can promote yourself in a variety of ways. You can go to networking events. You can promote yourself through any kinds of ads. So photography, I believe you probably will be able to do ads. So, maybe you want to do some Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, any of those things to promote your offerings. And that is the way, the marketing yourself is the way that's going to be able to secure clients. In addition to, of course, building up your rapport, reputation, things like that. You want to be able to have that reputation in place. They've got to trust you. They've got to believe that you can do the job that they need you to do, right? So as a photographer, you want to be able to showcase like your most amazing photos. You want to be able to network with people who are doing the same thing or something similar, or networking in a space like, going to like a burlesque show. This is perfect, right? Going to a burlesque show and giving your card to every single burlesque performer to do photos, right? Giving your card to, the people in the crowd who you think would be great subjects for your erotic photography. Doing these things, going out, talking to people in real life, those are the ways to really secure clients, because not only do they bypass the getting to know you over the internet thing, which again can take a long ass time, or you can just meet them in person, have them get a sense of who you are, and then move in. So yeah, that's great. Promote yourself IRL. For real. That's one of the best things you can do for your business. So good stuff. Move in, yes. Yes, move on in, and you can't be afraid. Or what you can do is kind of like, you can talk to people. Or have other people talk to people, right? You can be like, oh, you know what? I have a, I don't know if you want to hire somebody or, what that looks like for you, or if you have a good friend that can do something. Like if you're an introvert and you're like, I don't know how to talk to people, well, you could give your card to a friend and be like, hey, go to this person, see if they're interested. And like, they can have a whole story like, oh my gosh, I think you would be amazing. You should go to this photographer, give them the card. There's so many different unique and creative ways. I highly suggest that you do lots of creative things to lift up your business. Get creative in the best way you can. Think of, there's all sorts of ways that you can find ways to promote yourself. So yeah, do it. Thank you so much, Copyright Brown. Beautiful intel. I appreciate it. Glad to see you on here. So happy that you are here. I hope you are doing well and thriving. And I hope your 2024 has been starting off amazingly. All right, y'all. Yeah, so I'm here for more questions. If you have any questions regarding your sex-based or erotic-based business. If you have not checked out my free social media cheat sheet, make sure you go to my website. You can go to successful.biz, or you can put in the website that you see below, the qrco.de/5solutions, the number 5 and solutions, to get that free social media cheat sheet. You want to be able to be able to promote your business without being shadow banned. You know what I mean? That's the thing that you need to do. So get my free cheat sheet. It's helped so many people into navigating their business, because let's face it, we are scrutinized. And that's one of the reasons why I named my company Velvet Lips, because it like flies under the radar, right? I'm not going to not going to name it any kind of super something so blatant, because we are constantly in a battle of trying to not be censored. Hey, Copyright said it's been good. I'm so happy for you. Thank you. Lama, much love to you too. Yes, thank you all for being here. Happy that you are here. So yeah, I do have a few more classes available. So I've basically soft launched my program, right? And with the soft launch, I've just been allowing these programs, these modules to be available to you at sort of as a one-off. So you have the ability to sign up for these classes. But once I do these classes, they're going to be in the program course. So you will no longer have access to those classes unless you get the program. And the next 3 classes that I have are navigating legal and ethical concerns, because that is a huge deal. You want to be able to navigate the legal and ethical landscape of this business, because there's a lot that could happen or, damage your reputation. And then the next class is about overcoming challenges and achieving success. So what kinds of unique challenges do we have? How do we overcome those? And how do we get on the road to success as our business thrives and, keeps going? So, and then of course, every month I have my sexual social media class. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I really need help with my social media, I really need help with promoting stuff, please make sure you sign up for that class. It's a great class. I show you literally how to do the things, like with my phone and everything on the screen. So it's a great way to know how to market your business, you know what I mean, via social media. Let me get some water here. All right. So, okay. So with that said, of course, I'm looking forward to all of your questions here. Let me just tell you a little bit about the program, since I don't have any questions at the moment. But please feel free to put in your questions at any given point in time. The program I think it's amazing, because it's something that I wish I would have had. I, had to do all of this stuff on my own. And a lot of times when we get into this industry, we don't really take business advice. We're just kind of like, moving in the wind. And that's not necessarily helpful for us, right? So if you've been struggling with your business, please stop. Like I said, I was there, no guidance, but you do not have to do that. The program itself is designed to help you, of course, get focused on your passion. What is it that you truly love to do? What are the systems that you need to put in place, right? It's aimed for you to grow your business and, of course, thrive on the work that makes your heart happy, which means, get the money. When you have the money, you're able to do the things that you really want to do, right? I've helped people such as Dr. Jess, Midori, Luna. It's been amazing. And, let me read you this quote from Luna, because I think it's amazing. I'm so happy that she provided this for me. Luna says, Marla taught me how to level up my sex education business. I was strong on the education side, but didn't know how to expand and grow into my value as a business. Marla brought me the skills like negotiation, marketing, partnership building, and public relations. I needed help with business strategy so I could make more and do less. I was underselling myself before Marla's methods and was stuck in ideas about money that no longer served me. Without Marla's help, I'd still be thinking small. She opened up my vision to possibilities for my business that I didn't even know were within reach. She taught me how to see my value, build mutually beneficial partnerships, and how to be strategic about scaling my sex ed business. So beautiful. Yes. Oh, love my aunt. Thank you. I also helped you. Give me a testimonial, girl. Give me a testimonial. I need that testimonial. Please let me know how I have helped you in your business. I've helped a lot of people. And so, that's why I ventured into this route of building this program. You know what I mean? And I don't think this program is for everyone. It's not for everyone, but it is for the people who, if you've been trying to find what your niche is, if you have just completed a certification or an education and need the next steps, if you suffer from imposter syndrome, if you've been used to people pleasing and then, of course, being resentful for doing the people pleasing, If you've been stuck and need to know, like, where do I go? How do I do this? What do I need to do? If you need help marketing yourself without getting deleted or shadow banned, if you find finances like mind-boggling or overwhelming, y'all, I have a spreadsheet that is for the gods. It is amazing. And y'all are in January right now, so you could easily start that spreadsheet like fast. But I love it so much. I had designed it, and then I have a friend who is like a Excel nerd who just like made it more amazing. So I was like, yes. And then, yeah, if you're like a creative person and you're like, business stuff is confusing, I'm here to like break it down for you. Okay. And, if you want something, a business that's aligned with your mission, vision, values, all of those things, if you have been stuck around your mindset around money and need to learn how to negotiate and how to make more money, this is the way. Or if you just feel alone in this work, you are not alone. And I'm here to let you know I am here for you. But if you feel alone in the work and you're like, I'm not moving forward, I don't know how to move forward, like, this is the program for you. And in the official program, you'll get 4 live calls. We'll talk about marketing. We'll talk about strategy. We'll talk about dealing with clients. We'll talk about, you'll get hot seat coaching. You'll get the custom financial spreadsheets. You'll get the content marketing templates. You will get discounted one-on-one coaching sessions. You'll get access to the private group, warm intros, resources so that you don't have to do heavy research. And of course, quality advice from me, who's been in this industry for years and is thriving. So please hit me up. And if you choose a Sex Me upgrade, so there is an upgrade, you'll get all of those things plus a 30-minute one-on-one private session per month, free classes and seminars, major discounts on live events, and of course, a mastermind with hot seat coaching and accountability tracker to help you keep accountable for your goals. So that's the thing. Okay. All right. So YouTube here, let's see. Can I share about some of the challenges I've encountered when I was establishing my business? Absolutely. So some of the challenges I've encountered when I was launching my business, of course, it was just like, I need to learn how to get clients. How do I get clients? What are the things that I need to do? So some of the challenges really are about how much time and energy you can dedicate to your business. While I was in graduate school, I started my business because I was just like, okay, I'm trying to get this up and running. So, I was working at a restaurant. I was like doing all the things. So sometimes I think those other jobs can be can stagnate you. When you are trying to launch your business, because you're like, oh, I'm dependent on this money, or I've been used to this kind of money or whatever. And if I go out on my own, oh shit, what do I do? Right. And the thing is, you do have to work hard. You do have to, when you don't have that available or in front of you, there's a click. But when you're relying on, your past income or all that, the income from before, you aren't really, the energy that you're putting into something you could be putting into yourself and your business. So I think that's a huge, huge challenge that I encountered. And even when I launched my business, there was a point where I had nothing coming in. Nothing. And I actually explained that in the foreword of a book that's going to be coming out soon. I basically was like, oh my God, I got to go to work. So I went to work at a university full time, right? I was making the most money that I ever made. It was $48,000. And I was like, this is like pretty good life. Like my bills are paid. I feel good. Like I have extra money. Like, like this feels nice. I can do this. Right. But I was being complacent. And then again, I did it the following year again. So I did that for 2 years. And then after that, I was like, nope, because now my Velvet Lips business was suffering. And now not only, I'm not dedicating time towards my business, I'm putting energy into, the university, which is fine. But at the same time, now when I got out of the university, like things just started to, like, I've been making way more than the $48,000 than before, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, if I would have just invested, the time, energy, into myself, then, or work something, moving me forward, or if I had those, because I really wasn't thinking about the business aspect, the business skills of it. And that is where a lot of us are lacking in the sex-based, erotic-based industries, is because we don't have the proper business skills. And so that's why I'm here to bring that to you. So those are some of the things I encountered launching. Again, the censorship, that was a huge thing. That's always going to be a thing for us. So understand that will always be a challenge. So you always will have to navigate around that. So I hope that has helped you. So thank you so much, KT, for that question. I got another question on the gram here. Let's see here. Oh, Lama. She said I'm her day one, 7 years and going. Oh, thank you. And Copyright Brown. Yes, testimonials are invaluable for us. Yes, make it easy for people to share them, sweethearts. Yes. Right prompts like mad kind, they kind that people can easily complete. Yes. Thank you. How do I move past distractions? Ooh, this is, especially for neurodivergent types, ADD types, ADHD types, moving past distractions can be, I was reading a book about this because I was like, am I ADHD? Because, I do have a bit of a squirrely brain. And what helps me is to sort of embrace certain distractions. Like work distractions, I kind of have to embrace. But if there are other distractions, then you need to start maybe not eliminating them, but moving past them. So maybe if you give me an example of a particular type of distraction that you are talking about, and then maybe I can give you a suggestion, because it really just depends on the type of distraction. So for instance, I had to implement, like, I'm in my home office, right? And my child likes to bust into my office and that is a distraction in and of itself. So I have to like put a sign on the door. I have to lock the door and be like, don't bother me. That could be a distraction. So familial distractions. I'm at the point of like, I'm tired of the distractions, because when I hear my child crying, that's also a distraction. And I like literally like have to stop what I'm doing. And that can, it really can really be a hindrance. And so I'm looking to actually move out of my home to have an office so that I don't have to hear a baby crying or anything else that could be distracting, right? You said, I think downloading by writing things out at the end of the day. Yeah, nice. And doing breath work to calm and center. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to get back present into your body, absolutely. Breath work is definitely going to keep you there. Yes, meditation, body work throughout the day, for sure. When it's like working distractions, so say I have a ton of things to do. I do like multiple things at the same time. I literally have 1, 2, 3 screens, and the fourth is the phone right here. So, I have 3 computer screens, my phone. So for me, the distractions can be real, right? So I might say like, okay, I'm going to put this on this screen or that on that screen. Or, I think sometimes, to focus on my to-do list. So what is next on my to-do list? What are the things that I need to do next? How do I need to do those things? Those can really be helpful for navigating distractions. So yeah, good question. Meditation, body work throughout the day. I think that's a great suggestion. I start my day off with meditation, exercise. So anybody who knows me knows, I don't have it right over here. I think I left it in my bedroom, but I have a habit planner and I have a passion planner, right? So my habit tracker, my habit planner is like, I make sure I try to keep track of all the things that I want to, be able to do during the day. But my mornings really, and that's a form of systems. So eliminating distractions really means about establishing certain systems. So maybe I have friends who have like ADHD timers that can be helpful with distractions. So you're going to work on something for a little bit, okay, and then move on to the next thing, because maybe you just want to work within the functionality of your brain, right? If your brain is a squirrely brain, then do those things to help, to help with that. But again, that can bring a toll on you because, having Netflix on while you're doing work, that's a distraction. And at the same time, it can really mess up like your working memory. So I've been trying to work harder on my working memory, make sure that I'm absorbing all of the really great information, and that I really feel good about, what's happening in the world. So yeah. So, a webinar with you about your passion planner and habit tracker could be yummy. Yes, I am working on it actually, because we do need to think about establishing systems and what establishing systems looks like. So I am actually working on that because I think it could be very, very useful for people to really hone in, because people are always like, Marla, you do so much. How do you get so much done? How do you not get burnt out? How do you not, you stay home with your child 24/7. How the hell are you doing all of this? And the way that I say is, number one, it's like the plane ride, the mask, the oxygen goes on you first. And that is what I do every morning. I make sure I take care of myself. So that's meditation, that's exercise, that's journaling, that's habit tracking, that's my gratitude, that is things that I'm hoping for. Like this month's question is things that I hope for this year. So answering that question, journaling, monitoring how I'm doing my habit tracking, things that I need to implement, making my list for the day. Those are the things that I know if I take care of me first, then I can, take care of others. Okay. So that is primarily the way that I do not get burned out. Some people suffer from burnout, and we'll be talking about that at the Sex Biz Summit. Y'all, the Successful Business Summit is coming. So I have a really slew of really great presenters. But anyway, I'm gonna make that announcement soon. But with that said, you can really, when you take care of yourself first, that is the way that you can achieve all the things. And I do things sometimes late at night. Sometimes I do things during nap time. I've been trying to get on social media during nap time. You know what I mean? For some of you who've been like, oh, it must be nap time. Marla's like running to the social media and trying to get on camera. You know what I mean? Look at your nutrition too. Yes, Copyright Brown says, look at your nutrition too. Our food can heal, but if we are not taking densely nutritious food, helps us function at a higher level. Absolutely. All of those things. Nutrition, sleep. Sleep is huge, right? I've been trying to do better about my sleep and trying to go to bed when my child goes to bed so that I can wake up early and get my journaling and meditation, all those things done before the racket. I have a rambunctious 2.5-year-old. He is wild. And so I need to be able to have my sanity before moving into, into my, into the world. So another question from YouTube. Yes, KT. What are some ways that my business has evolved over the years that have surprised me? This is a great question. My business has evolved over the years, and I guess what surprised me is the amount of people who are moving into this industry, right? So when I was in Atlanta, it was like I was the only one. I was the only one doing sex coaching. I was the only one doing this thing. So it was like, oh, like I had a lot. It was a lot. It was great, but it's evolved in the sense of, I was like, okay, I'm doing a lot of workshops, and I guess the natural progression of us going virtual, I would say that evolution of itself, because I used to hold workshops in my home And I used to have play parties and things like that. So I'm like, what? It has evolved. What has surprised me? I think the things that have surprised me the most is my connection to like all the various brands and, having, influencer opportunities, contracting opportunities to work with organizations, companies. That has surprised me because in the beginning of my career, I just did not even know that would be a possibility. So I am happy that I have been able to work with different companies and organizations to bring about more sex positive stuff, more things around sexual wellness and sexual health, and so yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I guess that's the way. Virtual stuff too. Most things are virtual now, right? Of course, lots of people want to do things in person, and we noticed that from Sex Down South. Right, when we did Sex Down South and we did the virtual version, was fine, right? And then the year after we did the conference, but it was sort of like at half capacity. And then the following year we did the hybrid, and like only 15 people I think signed up online. And so we really had to be like, okay, people want to be in person, especially when it comes to like, sexual liberation, sexual freedom, like being in a place where you can really enjoy your sexuality and having a liberatory framework along with others in that sex positive world. I think that really sort of illuminated the highlight that this thing has to be in person. And as much as we want to do hybrid, it's not only financially feasible, but our audience is not. Our audience clearly is like, we want to be there in person. Like, F that. Okay, so I'm a parent too. Yeah, thanks for talking about things to consider when you have competing priorities. Yeah, absolutely. Being a parent is, I'm still new to it. Like I said, I have a 2.5-year-old, and I'll be 44 this year. So it's like one of those things that you're like, oh man, like there those you have to prioritize your child. I have prioritized my child, he's not in daycare. But hopefully we can get him to daycare soon. But anyway, I'm very thankful that I am able to spend time with him and do the things that I need with him. So yeah, competing priorities can be a thing. So help. Make sure you are getting the help you need, that you are loving, and when so funny, when I put that post out on Facebook, first of all, I didn't even know it went to Instagram because I selected no, don't go to Instagram. So I'm unsure how that even happened. So when I put that post out, I was like, I need someone to watch my child while I'm in Puerto Rico, right? And having people come out of the woodworks and be super helpful. I think sometimes you just have to call out for help, and when you do that, I think then your communities come through for you. So I'm very, very thankful around that aspect of community, love, and of course competing priorities like children, family, business, So, oh my gosh, y'all, I cannot believe it has been a whole hour that we have been doing this. So I just want to thank you all for joining me today for Sex Biz Saturday. Oh gosh, one more question. Jeez, my niece. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna answer this one last question. The question is, how can you get help when you're first starting out and budget for help is not a thing? How can you get help when you're first starting out? I don't know if you're talking about parenting or if you're talking about your business, but if you're talking about your business and your budget is not a thing and you're first starting out, that's okay. Budget, it doesn't have to necessarily be a thing. That means you might need to work another job while you collect some money and put it into your business, right? I mean, that's what I did. That's what I had to do before I, even when I went into my slump and had to take a full-time job, I still had the ability to um, uh, uh, you know, put money into my business. So I think if you don't have the budget, that's okay. Any money you kind of get in from your, your maybe your full-time job now or whatever the case may be, just start tucking some money away for your business. And then that way that money will be available for you for later on. So really great question. And as far as parental help, I think providing some, solutions to, getting family maybe to help children with your children while you are working, or getting, or doing things to gain some passive income, right? So you can do things, get some passive income, like do workshops, or getting some, just trying to get some income in so that you can dedicate it towards your business. But when the budget is low, there are things that you can do, like writing on Medium and getting money passively to help fuel some of that for you. So there are plenty of ways. Of course, I am here with my Be Successful Business Program, the course. Again, there's 3 classes that are coming up. Make sure you check those out. And I will also be doing classes just around how to establish systems and things like that, some really specific things to keep in mind. So with that said, thank you all so much for joining me. Please come back next Saturday. Tell your friends. Tell everybody that you came to watch me, and that if they have more business questions, that they should come on through. So with that said, bye bye y'all. Come see me next Saturday.